everybody. It is July 1st. It's Wednesday. Interestingly enough, the options did not expire yet. However, probably because INO was starting to drop, somebody actually went ahead and redeemed. So you can see I got the 1500 plus the 2402 that I had from the option from INO because they sold. Now, there's another company I was looking at, and this is pretty incredible. They're a little bit more expensive than the amount of money I have, but look at their option chain. It is, where are we? So $320 for a 1750 or $280 for a 19. I'm going to go ahead and go with the 19. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make a purchase unless the price is skyrocketed. Oh, it's down here. Buy 100 of Workhorse at the market level. Let's see what the market is. 1660. Okay, so everything's down, but I'm going to go ahead and get it anyway. Even though it's down to 1651, it's dropping fast. That might not have been a good move. Let's see. Wow, I've already lost money on that. Okay, interesting. And what I'll do from here is, I'm just looking at the option chain right now. You'll see the option chain's already dropped a bit. But it's $265 for a $19 call. I could for July 17th. So it's probably going to drop a little bit. Let's see where it is. If I sell to open, one contract, $19 for July 17th at the market level. It's right around the 250 mark. Let's try it. 261. Okay, so here's what just happened. I just made my 250 for the month, ultimately. I made 200 and, let's look again at the transactions, and I made $260.32. Now, I did spend more than the amount of cash I had, which is okay because I have, if you look here, I do have some margin. But it really wasn't a big deal because I made enough off the sale of the contract to cushion the difference. So technically I came up with $133.34. Okay. I actually generated 260, but I had to use 130 of it to actually buy because I only had 1500, needed to get to 1600. Okay. But I also have these two expiring on July 17th, DVAX and KDMN. So again, because they're expiring on July 17th, I will be able to, at that point, I will be able to make up the difference, right? Basically, I'm going to use some of the money from the sale of DVAX and KDMN in order to pay for the big purchase I just made, which means I will have generated my $250 immediately. Okay, you can see how this dropped heavily. Let me dig into this just a moment. Okay, if I go back to, let's just say 5-day, you'll see what happened here. And 1 day, obviously it's down here. This is just doing pre-market. It hasn't caught up yet. Let's see if I can refresh it. Okay, so it's just about to get there. It's still showing the 1739 for some reason. Sometimes this number is a bit delayed by about 10 minutes, and it's only 9:37, so it hasn't quite caught up. But if I go back to positions, you'll see 1630. I don't know if you saw for a second that it was still showing the 17, which was the pre-market price or yesterday's price, but it has caught up. And yeah, I mean, it's a significant loss already, $111 in 1 second. You saw how quickly I lost some money there. But I did that because I gained so much money over just a couple of weeks with the July 17th contract. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if that was a good move or a bad move. Again, they kind of skyrocketed. You saw even the 3-month. And the reason, if you go to the news, is their target was raised to $26. They were one of the biggest movers. They soared after electric vehicle maker gets a $70 million investment. Okay, so there's some things going on. I do like the target being raised to 26. If you look here, you'll see that, yeah, it keeps doing that 17 to make me feel good for just a moment, and then it drops again, 1638. So if I look at transactions, I paid 1651, and now it's 1638. That's 20 cents times 100. I'm not really sure why it's saying $200. Oh, because it's saying the market value is only $14.52, even though it's $16.37 here. So I'm not sure. I think that this number here is not catching up to this number here. But regardless, we generated a bunch of cash already on July 1. On the 17th, these all expire, and we'll be able to see from there what happens. I'd love to see this climb back up again to 19, and I could take the difference. If it climbed up to 19, if you look again at my transactions, I paid $16.51. If it climbed up to $1,900, I would make an additional $249 on top of the $260 that I generated from the sale of the option, right? So essentially, if Cadmon and Dynavax all hold at about where they are, above the strike price down here, then what that means is I will have made up for the difference in the cost, which means I will have hit my $250 for the month. Essentially did it on the first day of the month, right? But obviously it'll take me through the 17th to kind of get there. So just another example of how we can do it. Again, this is starting to catch up a little bit. These numbers are moving slowly. I don't think I can get them to refresh fast enough. I love how that always starts out at the 17 and then it drops back down again. It goes to show you how quickly certain things move. But again, this doesn't mean a guarantee by any means, and everything's short term, okay? But again, looking at Workhorse stock price target raised to 26, that means there's a lot of upside still. And it's because of that $70 million influx. So similar to when a government intervention, like I mentioned with INO in a previous video, outside investors coming in, it shows support. It probably means there's more money available for another round of funding if necessary. It means people that are in the know really think there's a lot of positive value here for this particular company and a lot of potential. So in the long run, this will work. Theoretically, if I held on to this stock, even if it drops a bit now, I could hold on to this one for a while and still make my gains. So even at $154 loss, I'm still up because I sold an option for $260. So I could sell out now and actually have made a small gain. Yeah, so I'm going to hang on to it and we'll see what happens, and I'll find out more in the next video. All right, bye.